Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, my stylish unicorns. This is your Unicorn Stylist. So, this video is part 2 of our series on identifying your soulmate through the physical attributes. So, for part 1, the previous video of this series, we focused on the facial features of your soulmate. Now, we will focus on the characteristics of the hair of your soulmate. So basically, for part 1 and 2 of this series, we have completed the head of your soulmate. Yeah, so that, we can easily identify who our soulmate is. Okay, so before we move on, just a reminder, I only do readings here on YouTube through the Unicorn Stylist Tarot channel. And if you would like more content like this, more pick a card readings like this, please do hit the like button and join our growing community of stylish unicorns by subscribing. Okay, so this is a timeless reading and I'm using the Angel Tarot cards by Radley Valentine and the Archetype cards by Carolyn Miss. And for the choices, for the pile choices, I am using the Keep Fresh, Stay Rad 100 postcards by the Friends of Type. Yeah, so they are a really talented group of artists. Yeah. So I'm using that for your choices. Okay, so let's move on to your choices. So I have here for group number 1, anything for you, my love. Okay, so that's for group number 1. And then group number 2, I have here lovers gonna love. Okay. And then for group number 3, I have here you make me happy. Okay, so I'll give you a few moments to decide on what pile you'll choose. So this is group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Okay, I think that's about enough time for you to make a choice. So we'll move on to pile number 1. Okay, so hello there, group number 1. So welcome to your reading. So I have here the pile which will help you identify your soulmate by focusing on the physical attributes of the hair of your soulmate. So I have here on the left side the hair color of your soulmate. In the middle, we have here the length of your soulmate's hair. And then on the rightmost side, we have here the style of your soulmate. Soulmate's hair. I mean the hairstyle. Yeah, because after all, this is still a style channel. So, we gotta include the style. Okay, so, okay. So for pile number 1, group number 1 unicorn. So this is the hair color of your soulmate. So we have here, okay, let's focus on the angel cards first. So we have here 9 of Earth, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. Okay. And then we have here the dilettante, light attributes. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Okay, and then shadow attribute, pretension, too much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. Okay, I think that for the hair color of your soulmate, well, definitely we have here focusing on uh, the characters here in the cards. We can definitely say that your soulmate's hair color is dark, ranging from dark brown to black. Yeah, to jet black. So your soulmate's hair color is dark. And then we have in here the enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment, delights in the arts without having to be a professional. You know, definitely your soulmate's hair color. Um, okay, so we're focusing on the hair color, but I'm also getting this vibe that your soulmate your soulmate's hair is of a dark color, and it is also very shiny, like really luxurious hair. Yeah. Luxurious, yeah, a luxurious uh hair. You know the hair of people who usually go to the salon. Not necessarily a person who goes to the salon all the time or to the barber shop all the time and have their hair, have their hair to you know treated to a hair spa, or like a treat a treatment that makes it shiny, but it's just basically dark hair that is well taken care of. But still, I think your soulmate's hair is just, dark and naturally very healthy, you know? Yeah, delights in the arts without having to be professional. So they know how to take care of their hair. Yeah. That's why it remains dark. I mean, dark brown to jet black, and shiny, because it's well taken care of. And I also have this feeling that your person is healthy, because hair is a great indicator of health. Good hair equals good health. Yeah. So, your person's hair, it's naturally beautiful, then I guess his, her, or their health is also naturally beautiful. Okay. So let's move on to the length of your person's hair. We have here Six of Water, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children romanticizing the past, and Don Juan, spotlights, the light attribute of which is spotlights your positive, seductive qualities, shadow attributes, using the power of romance attraction of for private agendas. So for the hair length, based on the characters of, found on these two cards, we can safely say that the hair of your soulmate is medium length. So if your soulmate is a masculine, so it's like this child here, having medium length hair, and then this Don Juan character in here having, a combed back type of style, but definitely that kind of hair is also medium length. And then for the feminine on this photo, yeah, we can see here a child that has, it's not necessarily long. Yeah, it's long, but in front, it's kind of still medium length. And then the blonde feminine on this archetype card for Don Juan is has a medium length type of hair. Yeah, almost a little below the shoulders. Yeah. So it's medium length, but I definitely think that your soulmate um the length is, it's seductive. It's basically like, yeah, it's medium length, but we have here memories from your history or childhood and romanticizing the past. Also, we have here positive seductive qualities. So we can say that your soulmate has medium length hair, but their hair just it's cut in a way that that reminisces the past, like old Hollywood type of hair length. Yeah, so for men, it's usually like, like on this photo, swept back. And then for women, it's like below the shoulders, which is essentially, it's still a contemporary look, but it's rather timeless, and it has existed for a very long time already. So it's like medium length, but it's cut to proportions that are of a timeless quality. Yeah, because it transcends from, what you've seen as a child, and your history, and basically romanticizing the past. And yeah, um and basically by having hair that romanticizes the past, it's basically hair that's timeless, a classic look, a classic medium length type of look. So yeah, for both the feminine and masculine soulmates out there. I mean, feminine and masculine in the sense that that's what they choose to, to project their hair physically. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the style of hair, the hairstyle. Yeah, okay, so we have here the King of Air, brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. And then we have here visionary, light attributes, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Okay, so shadow attributes, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Okay, so I think that your soulmate is very trendy because he, she, or they have the visionary archetype when it comes to their hairstyle. So I think their hair. So I mentioned earlier that their hair length is of medium length type, that that we've seen on classic films, because they offer the timeless look. But when it comes to the style that they put their hair on, they still try out new things, but more of more of more they try out new things without, without because they are a visionary, so they envision what is not yet conceivable to others, so they have like this trendsetter type of attitude. But because they understand timeless style, they know what works and what does not work for particular occasions, because they have a king of air. So if it's a formal gathering, they would know that their hair should be, should be out of their face. Or if it's a professional setting, they know that that they have to comb their hair well and basically style it so that no hair is falling on their face. And if it's like a trendy party, they would adjust accordingly to what the dress code is. They would adjust their hair accordingly to what the dress code calls for. Yeah, so they are very much confident, very much professional, yeah. They understand what works and what does not work for them and for the occasion. But you will be able to see hints of individuality there, not necessarily reflecting on their hair, but on the hair accessory. So if they're a girl, or I mean, if they identify themselves as a female and they have a feminine style, they would tend to wear hair accessories that are, of the time, or like what's current or what's about to be current. So let's say now, it's 2022, and barrettes on the hair is like becoming in. So if they're a girl and we're talking about the time now, they're wearing barrettes on their hair. And then for men, they would wear a, trendy hat. I mean, for 2022, a bucket hat is still considered in. So, they might be sporting a bucket hat while on a informal party or while doing errands. Yeah, so they have that balance, you know. Yeah, I think you're just judging by the hair of your person. He, she, or they are very much attractive because they have a very healthy hair. They have they have it on medium length, and it's a classic cut of the it's a medium length, but the proportions are very much timeless and classic. At the same time, they know how to style for the occasion, and they balance it out with, updating their look so that it would still suit what contemporary style calls for. Yeah, so you have a very attractive soulmate when it comes to the hair. Yeah, a really rich, healthy, dark brown to jet black hair. Okay, so group number one, thank you very much for sitting through your reading, and watch out for part three, which will focus on the body of your soulmate. So for part one and part two, we have already completed the head. So if you've already watched part one on the facial features, just cut that and then paste it on the hair that you've chosen, since, paste it on the hair that we've identified here. Okay. And then the next video, we will paste that head, the completed head, to a body. Okay. So, okay, group number one, thank you very much. So, my stylish unicorn, this is your Unicorn Stylist now signing off. Bye. Hello there, pile number two. So if you've chosen the Lovers Gonna Love postcards. This is your reading. We are now completing the head of your soulmate. So, for part one of this series, hopefully you've already chosen a pile and you've identified the facial features of your soulmate. And then now, we're moving on to the hair. So, group number two, I have in here on the left side, we have here the hair color of your soulmate. In the middle, we have here the length. And then in the rightmost side, we have here the hairstyle. Yeah, or how they style their hair. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the hair color. Okay, so we have here four of water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. And then vampire light attribute makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Shadow attributes depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Oh, okay. So I think in general, your soulmate's hair has has signs of premature aging, or they either have white hair, premature aging. I mean, the entirety of their of the hair on their head is like gray or white, or they have early gray hair or white hair, like just like strands of gray hair and white hair. Salt and pepper, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Salt and pepper. You know, your soulmate's hair is dark, and then it has, um, uh, it's dark, and then it has some white strands on it, or it's all, white or gray. No, this does not necessarily signify the age of your soulmate, but because different people have, different genes. So could be it could just be their genes. That's just how they are made. And or it could also be due to stress. Yeah, because we have in here, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. And then yeah, I think they're not very much that happy when it comes to their premature grays or white hair. Yeah, but they have the vampire archetype, and vampires are known to be very seductive, so I guess it still looks great on them. Yeah, they basically make it work, to quote Tim Gunn. Okay, so for the length of your soulmate's hair, so we have here the Queen of Earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Victim attribute. Light attribute prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Shadow attributes, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. So clearly, based on the characters on these two cards, your soulmate has long hair. Yeah, they choose to, keep their hair long. But still, they have a very sensible approach when it comes to, keeping that long hair of theirs. And they deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So clearly, we can see on the archetype card here that even though the feminine character on this card has long hair, she cut herself some bangs. so that she'll be able to see clearly even though the wind would blow on her hair, or it would be a lot easier for her to see, yeah, by having bangs. And it's very stylish to have bangs. Yeah, so she has long hair but still sensible for men, or or a person who has a masculine style. I think had they're having a sensible approach to their long hair. I think you'll be able um to see your masculine soulmate who has masculine style, have it on a ponytail, or have it all combed back and have some form of hair gel just to keep it in place. Basically, it's long, but you can definitely see how it is made sensible. Yeah. And still, we can see here some streaks of white on the hair of the victim, archetype card character. And in here, we also have in here a very, very white, I think baby blonde type of hair color in the Queen of Earth card. Yeah, so I think that just going back to the hair color, it's it's if your soulmate's hair is naturally dark, he, she, or they would have gray or white streaks, signs of premature aging. And then your person's hair could also be all white, all gray, or baby blonde, like really pale blonde. Yeah. Just to add on to the hair color. Okay, so now let's move on to the hairstyle of your soulmate. So we have here the Eight of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. And then the Virgin, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit, shadow attribute, fear of intimate union. Okay, so I think your soulmate has a very natural hairstyle. Basically, just having their hair, um they just keep their hair very natural. Yeah, virgin hair means, like it doesn't have any hair color on it, or if they use, or if the seldom times that they use product on their hair, they would just, it's just for the purpose of just maybe keeping it, from blowing onto their face, or if they will tie their hair, it's just a basic ponytail. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's why this connects with the salt and pepper, or the gray or the white color hair of your soulmate, because they prefer to keep their hair virgin, to keep it natural, so they do not have it colored. Yeah. And if your soulmate's hair is baby blonde, just like what I mentioned earlier, it's it's natural. It's a natural pale blonde. Yeah, they were born with that particular hair color. Yeah. But I guess you will catch them on a time wherein they are having a desire to move on, or searching for something new when it comes to their hairstyle. So maybe during the time you will meet them, you'll be able to recognize them, because they have this natural hair. You see there's some, they haven't colored their gray hair or white hair, and you know but during the time that you will meet them, um, they will be in a place wherein they are showing interest to actually having their hair colored or having it, cut shorter because, as I've mentioned earlier, your soulmate's hair is long. So it's a hair stylist's fantasy basically. Yeah. But they haven't yet gone through with that particular, makeover. Yeah. They still have the natural hair, the natural long hair, uncolored hair, but they are just planning on changing their hair. Yeah. Okay. So I hope this reading, my stylish unicorn, would help you identify your soulmate further. So watch out for part two, which will focus on the body of your soulmate. So we'll put the head that we've identified, your soulmate's head that we've identified in part one and part two, to the body that we will identify in part three. Okay, so thank you very much, my stylish unicorn. This is your unicorn stylist now signing off. Bye. Hello there, my stylish unicorns. Group number three, welcome to your reading. So if you've chosen the You Make Me Happy postcard, you're on the right place. So let's move on to your reading on identifying the physical characteristics of your soulmate's hair. So we have here on the left side, hair color of your soulmate. On the middle, we have here the hair length, and on the right side we have here the hairstyle of your soulmate. Okay, so for the hair color, we have here Eight of Air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. And then Liberator, light attributes, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. And then the shadow attributes, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraint. So I think your soulmate's hair, um, it's very creative. It's the hair color is very creative. So if your soulmate's hair is black, he, she, or they would tend to have streaks of color. Or if it's of a solid color, you know, um, your soulmate's hair, you know the unicorn hair trend wherein they have people would tend to dye their hair in fantastical colors, like ombre type of hair, from black on the roots and then blonde and then going to white, or like hair that's colored light blue, or a rainbow type of hair color. Basically, their hair color screams creative, you know yeah, it's basically um yeah, because I think in here, although we have here the Eight of Air, which provides an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action, we have here the Liberator. So I think your soulmate's hair is like a statement, a strong statement for his, her, or their beliefs. That they are freeing themselves and others from outmoded beliefs and releasing negative thought patterns. Basically, they liberate themselves through their hair. That's why they take their hair color very seriously. Yeah. So your soulmate can easily be identified, just the most um, creative hair color in the room. Yeah. So for the length of your person's hair, we have here King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. And then focus, 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 communicate with vision, and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. And then prostitute, light attribute, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Shadow attribute places material consideration and security above self-empowerment. So clearly, based on the characters of these cards, your person's hair is long. Yeah, and this is also a confirmation that your person's natural hair color ranges from, baby blonde to black. Yeah, to black. So it could be a whole range of hair color, but just what I've mentioned earlier, um, they have a very creative hair color. Yeah, so if it's black, expect to see some streaks there or some highlights. Yeah. And then for the length, going back to the length of the hair, it's long. Just long hair. For men, it's just the, of course for masculine, for people with masculine type of style, they tend to have what's considered as long hair for them, usually like shoulder length. That's already considered long. But for a feminine, a person with a feminine style, a long hair would be considered, going all through the back. Hair that goes through the back. You know, just long hair. Basically, they have really long hair. Yeah. So, it's easier to see the fantastical hair color because their hair is long. Though I think it's very much expensive to, to have your hair color, to have a long hair length colored or treated. Yeah, so I guess, your soulmate is making moves. Okay, so let's move on to the hairstyle. We have here Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. And the Scribe, preserving knowledge and information as a light attribute, shadow attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. Okay. I think that your person's hairstyle, he, she, or they would like to, to preserve um hair, like what I mentioned earlier, their hair is like a statement of their, of their freedom. Yeah. And they would like to preserve that idea very much. So, when it comes to their hairstyle, um, you can expect them to maintain a particular look on any type of occasion. Just like, although they have a very fantastical hair color, a very creative hair color, their hairstyle stays the same all throughout, that particular season of their life. Yeah, but nevertheless, they are always open to, to changing up their look. Yeah, to changing up their look. But, but they would change their look, but they only have one look for that particular season. And then if they would want to change it up again, you can expect them to have as the same hairstyle, every day until such time that they decide to change their look again. yeah, so I guess it's very much easy to identify your soulmate through his, her, or their hair. Group number 3. So thank you very much for staying tuned on to your reading, and also please watch out for the part 3 of this series on identifying your soulmate through the physical attributes. So basically, for part 1, we've already identified the facial features. So we have a face. And then here in part 2, we already have the hair of your soulmate. So basically, we have the entire head of your soulmate. So stay in tuned for the upcoming part 3, so that we'll be able to put that head on a body, okay, to help you identify your soulmate. Okay, group number 3, thank you very much. So this is your Unicorn Stylist now signing off. Bye.